Now that fall is here, you're gonna see all kinds of people telling you to leave the leaves instead of raking them. But is that true? Should you do it? Let's talk about it. Now, the premise behind this is that the leaves fall down and hit the ground for a reason, and they serve a purpose on the ground, therefore you should leave them. So you'll see all kinds of benefits, such as creating habitat for insects and butterflies, and also things like insulating the soil. So does that mean you're off the hook and you get to skip the chores this year and actually just leave those leaves right where they lie? Well, in some cases, yeah, that's fine, but in other ways, no, you don't want to do that. If you have a lawn, for example, leaves sitting on top of turf grass is not a good thing. It's going to cut off sunlight down to the grass. It can promote mold and fungus and all kinds of stuff on the grass. And then it also doesn't do a great job of insulating the grass because they end up blowing away at really inopportune times. So at least in the case of your lawns, you don't want to leave those leaves sitting on top of the grass, at least not in the form that they are when they fall off the tree. So your options there are, if there's not a ton of leaves, you can actually just run them over with your mower and mulch them, and getting them down into those smaller particles can allow them to get down into the thatch layer of the grass and get broken down more quickly. Or you could use a rake or a leaf blower and move those leaves off of your grass and into the perimeters of your yard or your flower beds, because the leaves can act as a great natural mulch that's going to help insulate the roots of your plants, such as your perennials and shrubs. So yeah, those leaves can certainly be useful, and you certainly don't want to put them in plastic bags and send them to a landfill. But mulching them up or getting them into your flower beds or around the base of your trees can actually be a really great way to deal with those leaves, as long as you don't have just too many of them in excess. So yeah, if possible, leave the leaves on your property, but do it in a smart way where it's not gonna hurt your grass.